Hello all, welcome back to Severna Republic. So this is my most recent build, as the one that has appeared in the last several videos. I have reached a population of 200,129,000 on this with 96% happiness, but the performance on the game has unfortunately become unenjoyable. So I'm going to have another crack at it about making the most efficient republic possible. And just so you see up on the screen there, those are my current system specs, so you know what hardware I'm working with. So the new island of Severna is going to be a little bit more simple than the last one, so always go on the same kind of design. So we've got the little sort of volcanic lake in the middle there with flat plains all around. So it's quite a small little island, so it's only 3.1 miles wide, which is pretty small, by 4.2 miles north to south. So yeah, it's pretty diddy little island, so it's not gives a lot of space to work with. So what I want to do with this new build is to try, instead of building large dense urban districts, to try and keep each residential district kind of isolated to my usual 400 by 400 meter square blocks, but instead of combining them, 6 or 7 of those blocks together to make a city, I'm going to try and keep each sort of one separate. And so basically each residential district will be like kind of like its own little island. It'll have all of its all of its facilities in that one district, instead of combining loads of towns together and having sort of more centralized infrastructure. There will be obviously like a main power plant on the island, so I do plan to export power like I was doing with the last Severna, but as the town at the moment, which is the Mercury District, this is the primary, well, the first residential district on the island, which will be home to the workers of the food and clothing factories, because those resources are quite important to get them up and running as early as possible. Then going forward, then we will look at a refinery town and get exporting oil, as Severna is always blessed with bountiful natural resources. So just showing you through the just some waffling on there, just the infrastructure for this little site. So instead of using the bigger facilities, each one of these little districts will have basically everything completely contained within it. I always tried to be clever and sort of tried to build as many of these districts as nearby as an area could support. So it's it's got a lot of workers in one place. It's easy to get them to the workplaces, but I think that because there's a lot of cross-country traffic and a lot of people moving around from hither and thither, I think that does put a little bit of extra pressure on the hardware and leads to undesirable performance later on in the game. If anyone knows of anything that I can do that does make the performance better later on in the game, because it's not as though my computer struggles with the game. It barely breaks 20% of my processor, and very rarely goes over 30% of my GPU, so I know the power is there if the game would use it. So I don't know whether there's some sort of little trick with that, but I'm sure the developers would have done that if they could. So what you know. So yeah, so just to give you an overview of a common Severna block here. So this is obviously Mercury town. So each one will be 400 meters by 400 meters or there or thereabouts. It will be a mix of citizen facility and residential buildings. So in the green, you'll see now the green. So in the green there are citizen facility space. So this is schools, shops, entertainment, sports, culture, and also the courts, police stations, fire stations, and the prison as well. And of course the hospital. In the blue there is the space reserved for actual residential buildings themselves, the actual homes for the citizens. And finally, in the centre of the district is the storage warehouse and supermarkets, which will directly be connected to the rail distribution network on Severna. So that's all we have for now. I will be uploading another episode relatively quickly after this, or I might just add on to the end of this one. But either way, thank you very much for watching today, and yeah, please like and subscribe. See you again soon. Bye.